Hey everyone, this is Victor from Cyborg for Life, and I want to welcome you to episode 172 of Limb Lengthening Live, where the patients interview the guests. And I think we have an echo going somewhere. But anyway, yeah, guys, it's been a little bit. I know that it's been about 2 weeks. Busy last week, and I'll be out next week. Just wanted to let you know that. But today, we are going to do some patient updates. It is a live open mic, but we have guests. We have two guests on the show. Aaron is back again, and then we have CodeManRed, who we're going to be talking to mainly today. But if you want to join the stream, the link is in the description. It's also in the Discord, and I sent out an email blast if you're on the notification list. So, all right, let's go ahead and get the show started. So we got CodeManRed. Welcome to the show, man. How have you been?
Can you hear me okay? I think I might have solved the echo. Are we okay now?
Yeah. Did you have the YouTube tab open?
I must have had the Safari one.
Okay.
You know how it says to go to Chrome. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what happens all the time. I'm very familiar with it.
Okay.
That's
cool. Yeah. So things going good for me. I did complete my lengthening phase. I was originally I was at 60. I had reached 67.25 millimeters, and I started looking at my proportions. I think a lot of people might start doing that around that time, but I started looking, now that we figured out the mute thing, started looking at my proportions in the mirror, putting on clothing that I would normally wear out and stuff, jeans, shorts, trying to look at it. And number one, I all at once fell in love with the proportions, like my longer thighs and stuff. I hadn't really been looking at that aspect of things. I was just enjoying the increase in height and just thinking, oh, well, you know, longer thighs, I'll just kind of make it work or whatever. But I didn't know I would love it. So that's kind of cool. So I kind of saw them and I'm like, yeah, they're longer. It's like that little bit of a lankier look and stuff. And I was like, oh, I want to stop right here. I don't want it to then look too long. And even though the difference between 67.25 millimeters and 80 millimeters is like a half an inch, you know, exactly. So I was just like, I'm good. I don't need that last half inch, and my legs look good, and I've got the bulk of my height, and maybe I'll do tibias and stuff and leave that to that. And so I stopped. So I stopped for a full week. And I was 100% sure when I first stopped, but then I started thinking about it and really weighing my pros and cons. And I got to kind of take my height for a spin. Like, you know, I do take edibles and stuff sometimes. So I'm able to drive myself to the dispensary. I bring my walker with me in the passenger side, and it's a short walk in and out. So I bring it outside my door and I go in and I get my stuff. But this is a busy dispensary, so I'm able to see, number one, the same employees and stuff. So I'm able to be like, okay, I was way shorter than him before, and now we're the same height or whatever, you know. And then like just customers. And I realized I wasn't quite happy with my height yet. I noticed the increase, but there was just like, it was in the back of my head that I'll always remember I could have got another half an inch and all that. So I started back up. But by the time I started back up, I had taken a week off. So I got a little taste of consolidation and what that feels like and what does your body do when it's going back to normal. For me, it was kind of things in reverse. Like all those sensations you start feeling when you're going through lengthening, like the nerves starting to react and the tightness and all that, that happens in reverse. Or if anybody felt that dull feeling in that dull delayed ache in your bones, like depending on what you're doing, you're sitting down or you're standing up. For me, when I would go from standing to seated, it's that it was a delayed flare up of like a dull ache. And even though I had completed lengthening, that was starting again as part of consolidation. But anyways, so they got stronger. I decided to do it again. And then it starts to go again, and then the nerves start acting up a little bit, but not pain at all, just a little bit of a feeling of like, oh yeah, that's how it was. Like it was a little bit but I kind of got to have the benefits of letting my bones catch up a little bit, get stronger, and then I got to lengthen a little bit more, but it was a lot easier than like it was before, right? So I went to 74 millimeters and I called it good. I totally copied, I think it was 80.
Yeah, it was me.
Or Aaron.
I also stopped at 74 as well.
I stopped at 74 and I still am happy with my thighs. And I was like, I'm good. I don't want to do any, and I started to get tight. I was keeping my flexibility too. Like I gained a lot of flexibility back when I took that first week off, which was also cool. So I feel like that might be a little trick that like depending on what your surgeons say and stuff, keep that in mind. Like you might be able to be like little long break at the end, and then you can get to the max if you want. I totally could have gone to 80 if I wanted. I just didn't want to mess with my proportions, and I know that even that much. And I did notice that 1/4 inch
of height increase.
Notice that from like a person at the dispensary too. I'm like, yep, okay, I'm good.
That's crazy, man. And you know, I think it's so crazy how the body can notice those little increments in height increase. But just by you going on you know, basically like, you know, to the dispensary and figuring out like I just want to keep going, because there's a lot of patients out there that they stop short of like the max goal and then they do regret. You know, I don't want to say like regret, but like they feel like they could have got more. They're happy, they're satisfied, but they would have been more satisfied if they would have kept pushing. So congrats, man. So 74 millimeters, 7.4 centimeters. That's like what, 3 inches total?
It's 2.92 or 2.9,
like that. Yeah.
pretty close.
That's awesome, man. So you're happy with your height now?
Super happy with my height and my proportions. And now I'm just kind of I can waddle, right?
Yeah.
Like I definitely don't walk around out and about and stuff, but like I'm to the point where, you know, I'm using my chair way less, using the walker more, and then like intently like just practicing my walk with the walker around my house. I've got a lot of hardwood floors. So I got the walker and I put the tennis balls on them so it really just slides. And I'm really paying attention to my gait and trying to walk upright and straight and like, you know, like this, not like side to side waddling. And then without the walker, I'm trying to do the same thing, but of course it's more of a waddle because you're being careful of the weight bearing. I'm not full weight bearing approved yet or anything. So I'm just kind of taking using my intuition. And, but yeah, that's a really handy thing to have now, is to be able to like get to the kitchen or whatever, and then waddle around and go over here and cook and clean and even like sweep and vacuum a little bit. So
that's
it's really
crazy. And you're not fully cleared for weight bearing. Yeah. So you brought some content with you today, but first, before we do that, I want you to kind of just summarize your story, because it's great to have this update, but you know, each time patients come on, there's new people watching. So start us off with like what your starting height was. Obviously we know how much you lengthened, it's 3 inches. And then, you know, basically talk about when your surgery was, and then when you finish lengthening, so we can kind of know where you are in the consolidation phase.
Okay, great. Yeah. So I am 39. My starting height was 5'1.5". My friends and people that knew me did not know I was that height. So if that gives you anything, like some people come off differently and I just come off taller. I don't know why, but so there was that. And then I went to Stephen Wallace in Oregon. And I had a surgery on May 13th.
Okay.
And because I was doing it out of my hometown and stuff and not away from home, I was able to take my time with lengthening. I wasn't in a super big rush. So I officially completed, after taking a week off and stuff like that, probably around, I would say maybe like September 1st, something like that. Or maybe, you know, I could be a little off, but around there.
Okay, very cool. So early September from May 13th. So that is roughly 5 to 9. It's about 3.5 months, right? Give or take.
Right. Something like that. And then I used the PRECICE 2.2 thickest version that they have, which is the 12.5 millimeters.
Got it. That's great info.
Yeah. So that's what I used. And that's where I'm at. Yeah. And I pretty much recovered at home, lengthened at home. I did use some physical therapy, but it wasn't, I didn't do it like multiple times a week or anything. I set up my own physical therapy thing at home. So
okay.
Anybody doing that, I would say the stretching table has been one of the best purchases for getting ready for this, because I was able to stretch on my own and even work out on there, do leg stuff and
do all that kind of stuff, man. That's fantastic. And yeah, you talked to me before, and I know that you were able to, you were a guy who was very active working out and stuff like that. And it was really great. So you brought some content with you, and I want to just look at that because it shows your proportions, which a lot of patients are kind of
with before photos.
Yeah.
And then see the one with me, my buddy, don't click on that. Wait.
Okay. Let me blow this up a little bit. Let me just get it. Can you see that?
Yeah. So there's me before, you know, it's like, I don't know, the holidays or something. You can see the Christmas lights around that tree. There's me before wearing some longer shorts.
Oh, not that
You
one.
can
Yeah,
see in that.
yeah.
Yeah, see those. That's how the shorts are fitting. The group photo there. That's before.
Oh, this group photo. This is
That's
before.
before. So that one you can compare to after. But so I brought that one because my friend on the far left, his name is Trey, and then there's me in the middle. And I already knew at this time, and we all went go-karting or whatever. I already knew at this time that I was gonna do the limb lengthening.
Yeah.
I remember thinking like, "Yep, this is gonna be. I'm taking this picture, and I know this is gonna be different." And sure enough, it happened pretty quick. This is after.
This is after. This is recent. Yeah, because you see the walker right here. Yeah, exactly.
So now
Wow.
you can
Okay.
see I'm looking a little different here. That's before.
This is before. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Sorry.
before.
Sorry for the order. I just
That's
downloaded them
okay.
as they were. Let me see.
You
Okay.
can,
I see
now
that.
that you know, as we go through them, you'll know to go back and forth.
Yeah.
After, right?
Yep. I see
Here's
the
me
after.
nice and lengthened out.
Okay. Here's
There's me at
before.
the gym. I'm
After.
showing seated proportions, right? There's my. It just looks normal. There's my
Yeah.
thigh 3 inches longer. There's my thigh. Loving my thighs that day.
Okay. Yeah.
I
It's
was
fitting
like,
right
check
into
it
the.
out, man thighs. Like,
Did you have to change the seat?
yeah, I put it back a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Did
And
you
I've got the wheel that I can adjust, so didn't feel anything with my arms. I didn't have to adjust the arms, but
look at you
whatever.
going around town, just
And
getting
so
around, using your
that's
walker?
my first day going to the gym once I figured out how to do it on my own. I had
Ah.
asked my buddy, the same guy in the pictures, he watched my dog for me while I was in the hospital getting surgery. So there's after.
There it is. Wow.
Looking
So
at
this
me
is
and
your
him.
buddy
So
before right
there's
here.
him and there's me.
And that's after.
And
That's
that's
crazy.
after,
You
bro.
guys are practically the same height now. That is incredible.
And it sure looks like that, right? I'm sure he's he's taller a couple inches, but it just looks like that. So, and it goes to see our upper bodies. I would never have guessed that before. He looked like a tall guy. He just was a tall guy to me. I knew he was slender, but I just didn't think of it. But it's like, my waist almost goes up to his.
Yeah. It looks so as you're wearing pants, you would never know. And I think that's the thing. Even in shorts, when you go back to the gym one,
Yeah.
right? Like, look at this. It's like you got 7.4 centimeters in length. You're close enough to 80 or 8 centimeters.
Yeah. Now I think I might have been a little lucky because I might have had just slightly shorter than average femurs to tibia ratio. I could be wrong too, though. But I think because it just looks so good on me, I'm like, it does not look extra long. Maybe when you're buck naked or something and you can see it and you're atrophied, so it looks more.
Yeah.
But I think as I continue to fill out, it will look right.
100%.
I love it.
Like nobody would really notice. I mean, like this is really, really good. I mean, you can see like you have a really good arm length. It's draping really nicely below your waist. And then look at this. Like it just looks like
And
you
even
have
the shadow, that is right under my kneecap. You know how is a little bit darker skin right below your kneecap sometimes?
Yeah.
So don't get fooled and think that that's right. It's actually slightly
Right. That's a shadow there. Yeah, exactly. And then like you said, legs, like your sitting height here in the gym, in the car, in the wheelchair here. I mean, yeah, you're getting around town really, really well. Now, you did bring a video of showing how you get your wheelchair in the car. I'm going to bring that on screen because I think that's really interesting. But yeah, one more look at this with you and your buddy. I think this is a really good height increase. Like, look at this, right here. How tall is he?
We're both wearing regular shirts. He said, I think I'm 5'8", but as you ask everybody their height and you're going through this, you realize people have an idea of what their height is, and it may or may not be true, especially older women.
Yeah,
I'm 5'5". It's like, I don't know if you still are because I'm taller than you.
Right. Look at that. That's crazy. I mean,
yeah, we had fun. That was just the other day. That was my first thing to go meet a friend and do something that was
that's
on my own.
awesome.
I took an Uber. I just took my walker and I was like, drop me right. I had the Uber drop me right at the place and I beat him there. And so I got to sit down and set my walker up. And then he was walking up. He rides a bike. He's walking up and I slowly stood up and I got ready to give him a hug. And he was like, right freaking there. His face, it's like, all right, man, that's what I wanted to see.
Was that the first time you saw him in months?
I hadn't seen him in a long time. I saw him when I came home from surgery and then once or twice after that in the early days. But it was so funny. The last time I had seen him, it was probably before halfway, right? And then I think maybe I had grown an inch or something. And he came over and it's so funny how the universe or God or whoever humbles you. It doesn't let you get too cocky. I remember him coming over and he came into my living room. I'm like, all right, see? And I stood up and for some reason, standing up straight, something hurt my leg, and like I ow right away. I'm like, okay, never mind. It made me look like a dork. I'm like, look, I'm all tall, and like I just couldn't even do that. And he's like, yeah. So I was like, it was a nice big like reveal the other day when
that is incredible, man. So happy for you. I mean, that transformation looks incredible. I mean, looks
Did you see
super
the one of me
natural.
holding that little kid too? That's my nephew.
Where's that? Which
Can I
picture?
not send that? I think it's in one of them.
Let me go back and see. I only have.
Pick.
I do not have
Okay.
that one. I only have
That's
12
okay.
pics.
Maybe. Oh, I don't know if I can send you this.
Did you send it to my? You sent it in the email that you sent. Maybe
Pretty sure. Let me double check. But it's just one of those that I saw and I was like, yeah, I really can tell. Even just me standing there, not next to somebody else tall, just holding a kid.
Absolutely,
they're so different. I'm like, my sister, my mom, that they know me really well. They're like, you look tall. You look tall. It's not even just I can see you're taller.
Yeah,
your body
you actually look tall. Right. That's the best feeling in the world. Let me see here if I missed the picture.
And that's the one thing us short guys might have going for us even more, because everybody likes to compare, like, oh, the sweetest spot is going from 5'5" to 5'8", whatever. But when you're really, really short, you have an even more exaggerated proportion change, and you appear to be even taller than you gained. If
that's super powerful that you just said that, because a lot of patients ask, hey, I'm average height and I'm trying to get up a little bit above average, and then some patients are like, well, I'm below average. Will it really make that much of a difference? But it does. It makes a dramatic. I think the people below average get a bigger change in their overall height, as you can see here with you. This is incredible. Okay, so now you have this video.
So click on the one that you see the walker in front of me real quick when I'm sitting.
This one? Oh, you mean the picture
on the wheelchair? So
yeah,
guys, I figured out how to go to the gym on my own. You do this at your own risk, but this is how I did it, and I waited until I was strong enough to do it. There was definitely parts of the lengthening phase I couldn't do this, but near the end, when I really wanted to hit the gym for the hot tub, not to like work out yet, I just wanted that full hot tub. I even have one at home that's like this Coleman Spa one, but I wanted to go to the gym so I could you can kind of, it's a deep one, so you can stand up, you can maybe practice walking a little bit, stretch, and the jets and everything. So I really wanted it. I had asked my friend, he's just not a gym guy, but he wanted to do it, but I was just like, I want to figure out how to do it by myself over and over. I didn't want to have to take, but I needed to be able to take my wheelchair and my walker. And I didn't know how I was going to do that. Because the gym is just too large to try to walk her. And I tried it. It was like, oh shit, change of plans. I got in there with just a walker, and I was like, there's no way I'm making it all the way back to the locker room. So I just went to, luckily enough, there was a little room of like more workout stuff just right near the beginning where people can go if they want to use those. I was like, all right, I just picked one little bench and did something and went home. But so this is the trick, how to take them both. So when you're in your wheelchair,
yeah, I'll bring the video on.
Go to that one. You can
see right here. This one?
No, one more time, go to the one where it's over my thing. When you're in your wheelchair, if you want to bring your walker with you, you fold up your walker, the one you were on before.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. You fold up your walker and then you set it over your knees. There's a space between, on the bottom of any walker that you're folding up, there's a little space that you can set it over your knees and like that. And then in my bag is my water bottle, my towel. And whatever. And so and then once you get in there, you're able to go, and then you just take your walker out, open it up, get out, and then you're just completely independent, and you have your walker and your wheelchair. So loading it up into the car, right? So now we can go to that photo.
Okay. Yep.
I brainstormed. I was like with ChatGPT, my own personal one, who I named Selena. But I was like, Selena, how could I take my wheelchair with me? And she was like, well, you could just walker it and take breaks on your way all the way, or you could Uber and blah blah. But I realized, like, oh my god, what you can do is, and so here's how you do it. You close up your wheelchair, and really you want to remove the legs. In this photo, I don't have the legs removed because I tried to keep them on that time, and it was fine, but it's just easier to pop those off. Pop off the legs, close it up, and then you can do this in your walker, just slowly but surely. Use your walker, wheel it, close it, whatever. Keep yourself supported. Close it up, line it up to the back of your trunk if you have a trunk that opens up like that. And if you see my blanket over the end so that I don't scratch up my car. Okay, so to get it in, you can now show the video.
Okay, let me go to the video here. Hold on. It's
And I'll
this
just kind of explain as you're playing it.
this one.
Yes.
Okay, let
So,
me. Where's the play button? Yeah, go ahead. You can talk about it. I'm just gonna pull it up here. It's gotta.
so in order to get into your car, you line it up and then use your walker to get to the the lip or whatever of your back trunk, and then just like you're sitting down in a seat or whatever, just kind of lift yourself up. Use your walker and use your trunk,
There we go.
somewhere sturdy to hold yourself, and you can see me do it. And lift yourself up so that you're off your feet. Now you have no weight on your nails, no weight on your legs. And then if you're strong, you have to be a little bit strong. But and then it shows me how I hold under. I grab that first. That's the way you hold it. And very carefully, my other arm is holding a metal thing on the back thing. So I'm supported and you pull it up.
Wow.
And that I didn't do it even quite as smooth as I usually do. Okay. So that was me just like, okay, I'm videoing it. But anyways, it's possible. You practice it, you get better. And now you do whatever you want. Really, I could go meet my friend downtown, but you got to be reasonable. But that's
let's look at that one more time. So basically, you're backing into the back of the trunk, sitting down. And you get the
walker, man. You can do so much with that. Just and remember, you can turn it around and make sure that it's the right angle that's not going to roll away from you.
Absolutely.
And then usually I do this smoother and quicker, but
yeah, I mean, just look how versatile
and you leave the wheels unlocked.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So you can get it up. Yep, you can just.
I tried it locked before, and that kind of worked, but not as well.
Well, you strong as hell.
I know, right? Yeah. Like, geez, that is incredible. Look at that, man. Because those wheelchairs, how heavy? That's what, like 20 pounds, 25, 30 pounds?
Yeah, if that. If
one more time, I just got to see this because this, I can timestamp it basically showing how you can do this solo. Because a lot of patients feel like you can't get around during lengthening, but you can if you just figure it out.
At least near the end phase, or maybe even like because you're sturdier in the beginning for a little while too. So
right. Like, look at this. Look at this. You also got to work. That's a good reason why you need to work your upper body.
Yeah, it's handy to have strong.
Absolutely. Arm. That is incredible.
As you know, Victor. Victor's bringing in his groceries is all.
All right, let's see. So that was a great one. And then this one you sent over.
Okay, so here's my waddle.
Yeah.
Here's where my waddle is at. This is this morning. I was actually going to show my mom, and I was like, let me get some content for the live episode. Okay. Yeah, this is me just waddling.
Wow. That's a pretty good little walk. That's like how I walk in the morning. I'm just kidding.
It looks kind of like an old man,
Yeah, after leg day for me, Actually, it doesn't even look that bad considering you just stopped lengthening 2 weeks ago. Not even, I mean, just barely.
Yeah, I was thinking that this might be the case in the beginning when I was kind of able to do this even during lengthening. Not all that at all, but I remember being able to take a couple steps and going, once I'm done, I should be able to get right back pretty quick.
Now, CodeManRed, I have a question. So these are great, pieces of content and stuff, but like you said that you just stopped lengthening like early September. Did Dr. Wallace say that your bone was good enough for partial weight bearing, or is this just you feeling good?
This is just me feeling good. I had seen the last appointment I had with him was actually, I thought I was done at 67.25. So we took our pictures. I had sent that to you in an email, which I don't mind if you were able to.
I don't know. Did you send it to me?
When I originally thought I was done, and I had sent you a picture of me and my surgeon.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, should I hide my face? And I realized I just
yes.
Yeah. I just decided I don't care. But that we took a picture and we thought we were done. And then, but he knew I might start back up. And so now when I'll see him, I'll be able to say, yeah, I started back up and now I've been back off for 2 weeks. But like, I'm not doing this a lot.
Right.
Waddling. Okay. I just do it minimally. And then every day it feels a little bit stronger. But now this is not walking. This is just using your legs as stilts,
Okay.
Or what is
it? You're getting around, man. This is incredible, man. So you had a fantastic journey. I mean, going from like you said, 5'1.5", was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. To now, I mean, like, and
you must be 5'4.5".
Yeah, and just look at this change.
Like 5'6".
Like this is incredible. I think you can just see how evident this is. I mean, that's just powerful.
And you can see that he's a taller guy compared to the other guys,
absolutely, right? Absolutely. He's taller than the bunch.
I know that.
He's probably as tall as this guy, give or take, if this guy was standing up straight. But like, this is this is like average height, give or take, and you line up really, really well. I mean, that looks great. You're out and about and feeling good, man. So the surgery paid off. Would you say that you were happy that you went through with it after everything that you had to kind of
Definitely. Yeah, I'm
sacrifice?
definitely glad I did it. And now the thought is just like, I mean, now I'm just thinking about getting back to normal, but
Yeah.
you're thinking like, is this where I want to be good? I could easily be good here, but I could also see like I'll take that other 2 inches from the tibias if I was able to do it. Because then look at it, then I would be as tall as him,
Yeah.
and I would look fine. I wouldn't look like a shorter guy tall, like it still would look at our arms and our upper body. If I add 2 inches to my tibia, then our waists are exactly at this, I don't know.
I think it's incredible. I think it's incredible. This transformation is just so powerful. I mean, I would not believe that this was you in this picture here if I didn't have the other picture to compare it to. It's like, I mean, it's just so powerful to see this. I mean, look at that. Complete difference, night and day difference. It's like, here we go. This guy, okay. Most people say, oh, he's a short guy. Then over here, he's like, oh, okay. He looks normal,
Yeah.
Incredible. And then obviously you have all these other pictures here. Like, these are the before, so you
Like
can see the
that, you can
proportion.
compare to if you look at that compared to my gym ones where I
Yes.
have shorts on, and you can
Yes, let's go
see,
to that,
okay,
actually. Let's go to
like I
that one
still
right here.
pulled that height off, right?
Look at that. Legs look better for your overall
Mhm.
body proportions. It's
So
just
that's the cool thing too, guys, is because that you're doing femurs, right?
mhm.
That is the best one to do first. I gotta say, it really is. But like for looks wise and everything, but also like you're getting the most out of it because now not only do pants fit you better, but shorts. If you were a shorter than average person, shorts are now falling on your thigh where they're supposed to.
Mhm.
If you see models wearing it's like it's supposed to be a mid thigh short, not to your knee. And
Mhm.
so because I have those, it's like shorts look way better on me now and stuff, and I enjoy that. So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because if you look at the one with before surgery, it's like, okay, he's just, but your legs look short, right?
they
Like,
are a little bit longer shorts, but yeah, I didn't even know that my legs looked short, per se.
because this is where your waistline would be, give or take, around there. And yeah, the shorts are a
Lord.
little longer than usual, but like even if they came up to here, it's like that's pretty stout for like a leg length, right? For your
Mhm.
overall height. And then now it's like,
And
wow.
it seems to be that is the pattern when people are shorter than average.
Hmm.
It tends to be because their legs are a little shorter, and then
Absolutely.
people that are above that average height, their legs in proportion are just slightly longer.
Absolutely.
Not every single person, but
But give
mostly.
or take, yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Incredible. Incredible CodeManRed. That's such a cool update, man. I love that.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. So we have some questions in the chat for you, and then we have Master Accordion Method. Because what's up, man? What's up, MA? Now he's changing up
Oh,
every time.
accordion method.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what his
method accordion
name is
method.
now. Let me stop
Can you
sharing.
hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. I went backwards 6 millimeters, and I'm trying to make it up now. So, master of accordion.
Was this for bone growth?
Yeah, it's not the greatest. So, yeah, that's what I'm at now. So I had to go backwards and forwards. Um,
So how does that work? Do you just like you go back like 1 millimeter a day, and then after like
so I think maybe I don't know. The way I did it was in 3 days we went back 6 millimeters. So in one day I went backwards 2 millimeters, another day another 2 millimeters. So it basically crushed it really fast. And then I'm going forward really slowly at 0.5 for the next 12 days to make up the lost 6 millimeters.
So you're gonna lengthen for 12 more days.
I already did, I think 4 now. So I got another maybe I think I lost a bit of count. Maybe 8 more days now. Yeah,
Okay.
eight days left.
So that's gonna put you to like the 24th or 25th of
25th, I should get back what I went backwards on.
Gotcha.
I
And
had heard about the accordion method too. My surgeon mentioned that the first time I decided to stop, he was telling me what options I do have, which is what made me start thinking way too much. But he was like, you can reverse, if you got to 80 and you didn't like your proportions that much, you can reverse. And he's like, and then there's the accordion method where you go up,
oh
and
yeah,
you can
yeah.
reverse, and that helps. Yeah. So that's totally normal.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that that's what a lot of patients probably have to do. It's the first line of defense to slow bone healing. It's like the accordion method. It's very conservative. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to go back in or anything. You just change the machine direction. Well, master of accordions. So you're doing that for about 8 more days. And that's when you're going to take your next set of x-rays?
Yeah. I mean, before that, like I finished lengthening, or I thought I finished lengthening a long time, like over a month ago now, right? So within, or maybe 4 weeks ago, I don't remember when I did that last distraction thing. It was before ate Aaron and Aiden. I think a week before, and then I thought I was done, and I think I sent you a video of me moving really, really fast. Like I was like getting more liberal with the crutches. I was walking outside in crutches all the time, doing over 5,000 steps, and then like, oh nope, we gotta go reverse. So now I'm being way more conservative with everything, and I'm not moving as fast anymore, because once you just start messing with the lengthening, you become slower again. And also the nails are at its like weakest point now, right? Because they're fully extended, and I don't have enough bone to support myself. So I'm being really careful now, to make sure that I am still walking. I'm still walking and standing as I talk to you, but maybe reduce it to 3,000 steps, but making sure I'm really weight bearing properly. And just hoping it's gonna finish up soon for femurs. But yeah.
Question.
So I had a question.
In terms of like,
you go first, CodeManRed.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you guys or you, master of accordions.
Oh,
my first question is, because I know that you're with Dr. G, and she's pretty unique in the requirement for the minimum amount of steps you're supposed to take a day.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
And then the whole isn't the only reason for that bone growth. And then if you're having to do this to make up for it, I wonder, how are you feeling about that? And like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, maybe should we think about this steps thing? Because
that's exactly what I was going to ask.
Steps for nothing. Like, I'm not stepping for no reason.
Right. I had that same question. I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's like 3,000 steps and stuff. It actually, I don't know if you've watched that interview with Dr. Paley way back when we were talking about the PMAX nail and like how many repetitions these nails can take before the bending.
Yeah, I saw that for sure.
Yeah. So
4-point bending test presentation.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, these nails are titanium. Titanium is a strong metal, but it's not the strongest in the world. So that's why I was wondering, like what CodeManRed just asked. It's like great cardio, but like at the same time, if the bone itself isn't healing, it's like I get a little worried now that the nail is fully distracted almost. It's like, do we risk that 4-point test? So what are your thoughts on that from what CodeManRed was asking?
In terms of steps, I mean, I seem to be more of a unique person, not making enough as good bone as the rest of my peers here. In terms of steps, definitely, I was way overdoing it at 5,000. So like maybe 2,500 to 3,500 is the sweet spot. But it is to like stimulate the mechanical stresses to stimulate bone growth, right? So
100%. No, I think that's a huge stimulator. I just think that you've been doing this the whole lengthening, give or take.
Yeah.
So I wonder, if it was me, what I would do, because obviously I look into like things in reverse engineering and say, okay, what contributes to bone growth? Obviously mechanical loading is one huge factor, but that doesn't seem to be helping too much. Now you're doing accordion method, which is actually pushing the bone back together. So it actually is going to help with osteoblast activity in the gap. But then what's some other things? Are you eating enough in a surplus? Because that honestly is the number one thing that patients are overlooking is nutrition. Because if you don't have enough raw materials for bone regeneration, then nothing's going to happen. So what's your nutrition like?
So, I mean, I gained 20 pounds, right? Almost during the lengthening. So I am definitely caloric surplus. Otherwise I wouldn't gain so much weight.
Well, yeah, but that's true. 20 pounds. Do you track how much you're eating? Because you could have.
Yeah. I mean, I can give you what I eat like every I think the only real bad thing I've been drinking or eating was some really loud. It's chocolate milk, so I
Oh,
reduced
that's
that. But everything else is not like chips and cookies, right? Like I drink milk. Maybe I was drinking too much milk. Um,
Do you track your food on like a tracking app or anything like that?
not a track, not like that. But I never got into that. But
Mm,
like protein, I used to track the protein amount. It was well over like 150 grams.
okay.
Um, close to 200. Like I eat a lot of protein.
Okay.
Today, but I mean, I haven't completely tracked it since then.
Yeah.
Since I knew, like I wanted to, Dr. G says to get at least 100 grams, and I think
Yeah.
all the other surgeons do. And I wanted to make sure I get that at least, and I'm getting well over that just with
Okay.
drinking milk and protein bar, and um, uh, I was taking like Boost supplements too. I don't know. I think this Nestle Boost stuff
Mhm.
that is like that's some protein. I stopped drinking that stuff because it was making me maybe gain too much weight.
Mm.
Just went to more whole foods like protein bread, boiled egg, salmon, beef, chicken. Like that's my main food. Cottage cheese, yogurt. Like it's not really
Yeah, you're eating
very
well.
gunky.
Okay. So it sounds like
Um,
so nutrition seems to be on point. Seems like you're getting
yeah,
mechanical loading. You're doing Accordion method now. I guess the next thing is I know a lot of patients have kind of I know Aiden started the bone stimulator. That's another, you know,
right.
because I mean, but at the end of the day, it can just be slow bone growth genetically. So
Yeah,
that could be the case that like we've had many patients on who, you know, Natalie, nailed legs, like slow bone growth is part of the game. Sometimes it's a flip of the coin. And
right.
you know, you could be like Aaron over here and be the Wolverine or you know, several other patients or CodeManRed
Yeah,
and just be up and going. But the point is that you know you are still healing. You got some x-rays coming up on next week. I won't
yeah,
be here next week, but then the week after, hopefully I'll be back, and then we can see what those X-rays look like.
yeah. I'm still on track for Tibia, so we're still going on next
What
month,
what what day is the Tibia scheduled for?
October 20th.
Oh man, a month away.
Yeah.
You're a trooper. What do you think about that, Aaron?
What was the question?
He's going for tibias on October 20th, man. He's going for round 2.
I don't. Can you bend your foot all the way back for them to put the rod inside your like your knee or where the patellar tendon is?
I can, but I don't think she does it that way. She does Superpatellar approach, right? She goes on the top of the knee. I think
Okay, yeah.
Billy and the others go under the knee, right?
Yeah, I mean, like as long as that like you know you can do that, I guess I don't really see any problems technically. I mean, you're also lengthening your tibias while your femur bones is still starting to consolidate, just
Yeah.
seeing how slow it is. So, I mean, I guess it could be a pro for you just to get it out of the way.
I'm just curious for the bending. If Victor, correct me if I'm wrong, the Paley, Dr. Paley goes underneath, right? The
So
Paley,
most surgeons, I think Dr. Robbins, when I had him on, you know, sometime this last year or whatever, he talked about like he would do another approach like Superpatellar, like what you were talking about, like Dr. G
yeah,
does.
yeah,
I think that's what it is, but you still need to be able to bend the knee, right? Because you can't just
yeah.
put it
I
in
can bend.
flat. So they're gonna have to need to bend in your knee to put it on the table or the, you know,
Right.
and then
No, like I mean, Dr. G checked my flexibility like a month ago,
it's good.
and hasn't changed since then. I'm always been really flexible, right? So like I know my left quad, I can get to my butt. It's no longer hitting my butt because my glutes have deteriorated, but also my legs are longer now, so it doesn't hit your butt anymore. So like before, when I was like bent, you know, the
Yeah.
prone
Are
knee
you
strip,
are you
it
getting
hits
at least range of motion in the knee? Is it good like 135 or is it pretty good range of motion there then?
like it hits my butt, like it hits the uh, like when I bend my knee, it hits straight to
That
my
sounds more like more than 135 to me. So
It's like 140. Yeah, that's pretty good.
140
So
like
yeah.
before it was hitting my butt, right? Like when I
yeah,
the
yeah.
prone
So
knee
you're
quad,
good there. Okay.
it was basically all the way hitting
Got it.
my where my butt used to be.
Yeah.
Because
So
but the right one, I can't hit my butt anymore as yet. It's almost there, maybe like an inch or half an inch left before I can get the in pro knee quad. There, hamstring, I can get over 90 degrees uh, flexion, like when I do the hand, like you lay down and you raise your hamstrings. I can do. It's still tight. It's not as tight. I mean, it's not as good as before surgery, but I can get it over 90 degrees.
that's incredible. So your flexibility is not the
Yeah,
issue. So
flexibility has never
yeah.
been an issue for me. Even like because we all went really slow, and I'm really like I don't have a lot of muscle mass, which I intentionally lost on purpose. It could be causing these issues, bone growth wise. Yeah, flexibility, and I also sometimes like physio. Sometimes I only do once a week because we went so slow, and I don't even sometimes like I didn't even stretch. Like it was really, I was really not into the flexibility issues. It's just the
Yeah.
bone growth. It's always been my issue.
Gotcha. Well, no, I think everything sounds great here. Yeah, go ahead, CodeManRed.
Is this kind of like a hybrid of like a quadrilateral patient that's like doing them at the same time? Because when they do them at the same time, they still space out those two surgeries, right? But it's just not very much, right? It's like a month or something. So so is this kind of that, but just they're letting you fully finish that and then do that? Because if you compare it to like what I would be doing, I'm totally gonna get back to normal walking, running, then take the nail out and maybe do the tibia at the same time, or maybe take the nail out and give myself a break and just take that extra surgery and do the tibia. So yeah,
your way is so much more ideal in the real world, CodeManRed, because it's like full recovery is going to give you the maximum amount of length, I think, and it's going to give you the chance to kind of like figure out if you even wanted to go for the tibias anyway, right? Because you're going to get back to full life. But assuming that you do, it's like, you know, it's usually a little bit more sound that way. But like he's not at home. I don't think. Yeah, time constraint. Like, because do you have to get back home at any particular time, Master of Accordions?
I mean, I rather like I'm losing money staying here, right?
Yeah,
It's
makes sense.
always just like, but I think the topic, if I see on the channel, on the YouTube thing, the pricing, like I see the price is apparently going to increase even more.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, that's the next topic.
Like that is a huge, like really, this is all, when it boils down to me, and maybe probably a lot of people that don't want to say it, it's always, a lot of it is, for a lot of us, it's a financial issue.
Absolutely.
So I don't want to see the price keep going higher where it comes completely out of my range. Do I have to wait another 5 years to get tibias? I don't want to wait 5 years, because you don't know. Like if the price becomes super high, like it'll take me a while again to raise the money.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Some people can throw money around like this. I can't. So, and I rather, like now it already increased this year, right? I'm paying 10K Canadian, is more than I expected to pay last year. Like how much, like these price jumps are huge. Like they're not like small price jumps, they're huge price jumps. So
when was your initial surgery again? Remind me.
Sorry?
I'm sorry. When was your initial surgery? Your first?
April 8th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were about a month before me, and I also want to correct myself from episodes before when I was like saying that you were going so fast. I was my mistake. You're just going a normal rate or maybe a little slower, and so that's fine. I think I was just thinking about the walking or something, and I mistook you for somebody else, but that's cool. And then, but I wonder, are you prepared emotionally for this to go? Just got done. I mean, already this is hard to hear that you're like, you were done. Ta-da, I'm done. And then you have to do that, which is normal, but it's like, all right, shit. Because even me taking that break and then I did it again, I got that break and then I was like, all right, here we go.
Sorry, I'm trying to get away from people because I'm outside, so I can hear you. In terms of, I mean, I'm wearing children outside, but I'm very one-minded. Like I just, if as long as I get to my goal and I stay focused on that, I'm not very bothered by other things. Like stuff like that worries me. It's like, oh, am I ever gonna be able to, get, afford it to get to my goal kind of deal? And yeah, it's tough. It's not. You kind of have to have like that. I think the
I
cyborg
guess we don't really, I
mentality,
mean,
or
you're doing it anyways, but I just have questions about like things like if you don't have that downtime to get like let your femurs consolidate like and walk and stuff. What about the muscle atrophy from your femurs and your glutes? You're not going to be walking to get them back before you do your tibia. So do then they atrophy more, or that's what I mean by emotionally. Just because it's like
oh,
I just hit, that was all I could do as far as the lengthening. All that wheelchair, and my body was started like randomly getting tired. Like I had been doing it for months, and all of a sudden I was on my wheelchair, and it's just like, oh my god, I can't do it. I'm tired. And it's just my body was just like emotionally done. It was weird.
okay. So in terms of like, this is the thing with walking, like I don't really use a wheelchair. So I'm not, I don't feel super restricted. Obviously I'm handicapped, but everything, like I do things fine. It's just everything takes longer, right? Like it's always a process for doing anything. So like daily living, everything just takes longer. But other than that, I'm able to do what I want to do. I just I like I'm not too bothered by it. I'm more bothered by things like if I'm gonna hit my goal and stuff like this, and just staying out of home and paying for unnecessary accommodations and stuff like this. Body wise, I mean, I don't know. I'm not too bothered by it. So
will you be able? How will walking look after you get your tibias done because of having just done the femurs? Like I assume it's
it'll
like
take
double
longer.
up.
Yeah, I mean the recovery process is gonna for sure gonna take longer, like to get full recovery. I'm prepared for that. But then again, for me, different people have different problems, right? For me, I rather get to my goal and then go home and recover and take my sweet time there because I'm not losing money. When I go home, I don't have to pay for a lot for accommodations. And if it takes another extra 3-4 months, then it's not the end of the world for me. As long as I'm back to my home place. But I am expecting a longer recovery because my muscles are more deteriorated. So you're like you have to be in the right mind for this in terms of you are going to sacrifice many things. It's not like for me. I really like the entire procedure because I worked mentally up to it for freaking 19 years. If you're not in that kind of mindset, it's really it's not the thing for most people. Like it is grueling for most people, right? So, but I'm more bothered by, hey, can I get to my goal? That's my I'm very mindset is let's get to the thing.
Yeah, you're definitely strong enough to do it. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, you're well on your way. And I think that Aaron brought up a really good point about, hey, it's like if your femurs aren't fully healed anyway, it's like why not get the tibias done? Because then you can get them done, and then your femurs are still healing anyway because you're not walking. So
no, I'm
That's
literally
just like
going to
less
be
downtime
handicapped.
for you too. So
what's that, Aaron?
I mean, that's just less downtime waiting for your bones to consolidate too. So that's why, from a logical perspective, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's one of the reasons too. Like I thought I was going to wait. Like I didn't plan completely for doing. Like it's always been 6 months to a year because that's what Dr. G usually does, and I think a lot of other surgeons do. They at least wait 6 months between the first surgery or to a year between the first surgery. So I was always planning to do that. That was always been the goal. But then I just realized like I was planning to go home after 3.5 months of femurs, but then the femurs took forever. and I was like, asking Dr. G, does it really matter if I wait for next year? Like in terms of the lengthening goal I want to reach.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to really matter because of my flexibility. Like I'm super flexible, right? So I think the recovery time, the end recovery time for me to walk normally is going to be much longer. But for me, I'm willing to take that risk, or not risk. I mean, willing to take that downtime because it doesn't severely bother me. While it may severely bother someone else, like, oh, I gotta walk, or I need to recover and get on back to normal life, et cetera, et cetera. So it depends on what people want. Some people are not bothered, like for somebody they want to stop like let's say 5 centimeters and they want to get back to normal life as soon as possible.
And
I mean,
because
I'm not one of those people.
and because you weren't restricted to the wheelchair as much, like compared to me, because you were walking more, maybe
Yeah.
or something. So to you, maybe certain things aren't getting to you as much because wheelchair is
No.
hard.
True.
And I had to do that more. Of course, I was using walker and stuff, but it is hard to navigate that thing, and then you drop something the third
Oh, yeah.
time, and you're like, oh my god.
I still have those things too, but I mean, like if I'm like cleaning the floor and stuff, like I have the hand grabber, so I have like 6 hand grabbers around my place. So I like I use a lot of that. It's just the process is not a walk in the park. It's not a haircut. I think my surgeon and I think some other surgeons say it's not a haircut. It is a long and grueling process. But if you're mentally prepared for it, whatever. It just takes longer for me for everything. So
Absolutely. I think that what you're basically saying, it's a very individual process. Everybody's just
yeah,
different. If we look at Aaron's, he has like a textbook case, a little bit of nerve irritation, and then a little hiccup. He was back on the road and it's perfect.
yeah,
But then it was just all sunshine and rainbows for Aaron. But then
yeah.
great flexibility. He's on a timely fashion. He's probably going to be healed up, ready to walk by Halloween. But then yours is taking a little longer. But the point is that if you end up at your end goal, you got your height from it. That's the thing, right? Like, I mean, we saw the pictures here of CodeManRed and transformative pictures of before and after. They're blowing my mind out of the water. I'm like, from him and his buddy before to after, it's crazy, right? And he's gonna forever live with that. Like the ROI that you get from this procedure, if it's done right and
I
safely.
mean, 2 years is nothing for me, like, right? Like, compared to what I've been waiting for, 20 years to do it, and 2 years, whatever. Like, I don't give it's nothing to me. I've, 3 years, I don't care. 4 years, give it me 4 years. Because I waited 20 years to get here, 4 years is still nothing.
We don't want it to be 4 years, but yeah, I get your point. I get your point.
I mean, it depends on the person. Like, ideally, it would be nice if we can get it all, be all getting perfect, but
yeah,
just sometimes not the thing. Going back to what CodeManRed said with the how you look taller, I think that's totally true because I think people are just saying I'm already like super tall, but I'm not actually like over 6 feet, but I look over 6 feet.
So cool.
It's
Because
crazy.
like if you, I don't know, you can go back, you see my whatever video, or like you act like you can see my legs are super long, and you kind of slim. I'm already slim, but you look really tall.
It's a visual thing. If you guys
yeah.
read that research article from, I think it was Royal College, I can't remember, I have to find it again, but they said that it's a visual illusion that plays tricks on the brain, and longer leg length in your LBR, if it's a higher ratio proportion, it plays a trick, an illusionary trick on the brain, and it makes that person appear taller. It's like wearing black, right? Like, it just makes the person look slimmer and taller. So that's how leg lengthening kind of has this proportion effect. So it's pretty cool.
It's that, and then one more little thing that's also an illusion, but not quite in the way that you're saying, where it's like, yeah, it looks like, but also, like we said before, taller people tend to have longer legs, so you just have the proportions of a taller person,
so they naturally think you're taller. I love that. CodeManRed, you have such great insight. This is so fantastic. So, guys, what we want to do, welcome Aiden. Hey, how are you doing, brother?
My favorite surgery twins.
Yeah.
I had to remind him that you were doing this live stream. So
I know I was out last week. I kind of fell off. It was
I'm curious how you two are.
Oh, we should have gotten Noah too.
Yeah, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna go just to kind of get the chat engaged. There's some questions going on here, and then we'll just make. I'll just tell you guys what I heard about the Precise nail price increase. No big surprise there. I mean,
I really want to talk about that.
Yeah, it's nothing probably new. I mean, you guys have probably heard of it, the shortage, and then like they're actually gonna increase the prices. I have a reason. I have a thought why they're doing it. But anyway, let's go ahead and do this. So this one was for CodeManRed from Roxalid. So did you just do your femurs from 5'1" and a half to what now?
So I gained 3 inches. So I must be around 5'4.5".
Got it.
And
he did femurs only. And like he said earlier, he's going to go through the whole recovery process. And then he said he's going to get the nails out, and then he'll make the decision whether he wants to go for tibias, right?
Right.
Got it. Very cool. But look at that, Jamie. She's saying you look so natural, man. It looks like it's Photoshop before. I'm telling you, like, it's such a powerful transformation. It does look like Photoshop, but it's real life. Okay, so let's see here. So now you look more taller. Yeah, exactly. How do you afford it? We're not going to do that one. Okay, so this here we go. This one for Aaron from Benjamin. Is there an age restriction for leg lengthening surgery?
So as long as your growth plates are closed, which can be assessed by like the EOs or X-rays, then I think you're fine. And also, like I saw a post on Dr. Ross Brooks' Instagram page that there was like a 75-year-old lady who got 7 centimeters of stature lengthening. So if that tells you anything about age, then yeah, I mean,
She must have been really short.
ideally, I theoretically no. So there, that's your answer.
75. Are you sure? 75?
Yeah, I can look up and probably post in the chat too.
Oh, that would be great.
75
Yeah, I'll be right back.
That's crazy. I think that might be one of the oldest because I think Dr. Paley did somebody who was 66.
Yeah.
But 75, man. Oh, geez. Okay, let's keep going here. Is that too old? Yeah, I don't know if you're asking about 35 or if you're asking about 75, but all right, let's see here. Yeah, he looks really good. Okay, so this one from YTK, I'll throw this to you, Master of Accordions.
Well, I have something about that too.
Oh, okay. Then maybe you can comment on it. I noticed that there was a lot of people who end up shorter than expected after lengthening. For example, if I did 8 centimeters and I only am 6.5 centimeters taller, why is this? And can you eventually regain height? CodeManRed, you can lead off with it if you want.
So why this might be, and let me know if you guys agree, is because you're lengthening your femurs, right? But your femurs are not going exactly straight up. They're at an angle, probably slightly. Now, does that account for 1.5 centimeters? I don't know, but that's why maybe you've done the lengthening 8 centimeters, but you're standing only 7 meters taller or something like that. But I think not everybody notices that. I haven't officially measured myself, but I feel the opposite. I feel like I feel a little bit taller than 3 inches, but that could just be a feeling. But
perspective. Yeah, and there's another reason why is tight muscles, right? Like especially right after lengthening, a lot of people are tight in the hips, lower back. You just haven't really
I'm actually dealing with this.
You're dealing with
I'm measuring myself all the time, or getting people like I'm getting random strangers to come to my apartment and measure me. I really need to know, and I keep getting it wrong, different measurements, and I'm not at the 8 because I should be very 8, right? And my surgeon said it's because of the tightness of the muscle. And I'm like, I'm not tight, I'm flexible as fuck. But he said it's still there's tightness, and it'll take time to recover that. And also, I think adding on to CodeManRed, because the femurs are not on. We're lengthening usually across a different axis, right? It's not the mechanical axis. You're trying to get into the mechanical axis, but yeah, I think you're losing a tiny bit on the angle, but it's probably not much. It's most likely it's just the muscles. But I am a bit frustrated because I really want to see, like the measurement. I don't know, like hopefully it's just muscles and you get it back, but that's what I've been told.
I've heard from femur patients that it usually takes about 2 months
right
consolidated to see your full height. So it means once you're cleared for full weight bearing and you're constantly walking, you get all those little kinks out, right? Like tightness in the hip flexor, your abductors, your lower back, your glutes, all these little tightness areas. And then also CodeManRed was right, like you're lengthening that Q angle of the femur. It's out on an angle, and it depends. Everybody has different wideness of your pelvis and whatnot. So it could be, I think we've had surgeons say as much as 1/4 of a centimeter. It's not terrible, but you only lengthened 1/4 of a centimeter more, right? CodeManRed, or was it like how much more did you go?
1/4 of an inch.
1/4 of an inch. Oh, okay. So, but yeah, but the point is that like you're right, you do lose some height at both places, tightness and bone. This one is for you, Aaron, from GamerFan93. Aaron, did you use up all your pain meds right after surgery, or did you intentionally save any for the end of lengthening?
Yeah. So I remember after day 9, that was the day, I rolled over to my stomach, and that was like, super bad. If you saw the video, I think that was actually the last day I actually used oxycodone. And then from there, I just used pretty much just Tylenol, because I intentionally avoid ibuprofen just because I've heard it kind of does slow down bone healing a little bit. But even then, Tylenol was used very sparingly. So I just kind of was able just to get away with it. So I still had a lot of oxy left that I didn't use in the beginning, and I didn't use any oxycodone even near at the end. I thought I would have to, but I ended up only just taking gabapentin.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Yeah. So once you get through that real stiff pain stage, you can kind of just downgrade. All right. This one's from James Chu. He's saying, is it possible? We're going to throw this to you, Aiden. Is it possible to do femurs and tibias at the same time? And if it is, why do you guys prefer doing the first one and then the other? Because in my case, I would rather do it, suffer, and not do it again. Aiden, what's your answer to that? How you doing?
Hey, Vic, how you doing? I don't know if
Good,
you guys
brother.
can
Good
hear
to
me.
see you. Or good
Can
to
you
hear
guys
you.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool, yeah. Everything good, man. Everything good. Doing both at the same time. It's more like preference type of thing. I'm okay with either one, because I see people going through it, doing both at the same time, and they get it all done at one shot, which is pretty cool too. You know, it's just that it's gonna be a harder time for sure. Like um, you're gonna be doing tibias, and then 3 weeks later you're gonna be doing your femurs. That's gonna be a tough ride, But the good thing about it is that you get done through it just once. Like when you go into consolidation, you're gonna be consolidating both segments at the same time, and it's pretty cool. After that, you don't have to go back to another 6 months of this whole deal again.
That's exactly right, man. And that's kind of like the difference between CodeManRed and Master of Accordions. Master of Accordions is going to kind of do it on the back end, just kind of tag them together, and CodeManRed is going to separate it. There's nothing wrong with doing either, but it just depends on your situation. CodeManRed is doing them at home, so it's a little bit different for him. And Master of Accordions is kind of not. He's at a different place. So.
I think that some of the people that are doing it they're doing it 3 weeks apart, lengthening both at the same time, right? I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah. If you're doing
That's
it
what we're talking
simultaneously.
about, I think.
Yeah. It's still,
Okay.
I'm still spread 6 months apart. So I mean, I don't know. I would not do the both together, because I think that would be. I mean,
Really
people
hard.
do it, but it'll be
Painful.
yeah, it'll be much more difficult. And I think you're gonna reduce the amount of length you're gonna get more significantly if you try to do both. With that.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true because of the tightness of the muscles. That's true. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Okay.
So that's the main reason, Jamie, too, that I would do them separately, is to gain the most height. It's like you can save time.
Yep.
But I can see the benefit of doing them at the same time, because you're never out of proportion. Like if for some reason you do have legs that you already had a longer thigh, and then you do it. I've seen people like that. It's like, okay, that's noticeable when they do their thigh only. But if you're doing your tibias, some people do 4 and 4. I have seen people do 4 and 4, and their tibias look too long at the end, because they took their proportion and they did it the same, and then you're using that femur to
ratio.
tibia,
Yeah.
using it, which is fine. But I think
5 and 3.
Yeah, yeah. No, CodeManRed, and you guys bring up some really good points. I mean, the proportions, it's like, I don't know, the femur's a longer bone naturally. So I'm so glad you had that. Very insightful, CodeManRed.
I think getting to 6 centimeters on the femur is pretty easy, and then if you do 3.5 in the tibias, that gets you almost to 10 right there.
True.
Fairly easier than doing 4 and 4, unless you want to come back for like a re-break or something. But I don't know, man. It's funny how your mind changes, because before I was all over the place. Like I want to get both. I want to get tibias and then femurs and this and that. And then once I got to this is a whole different mindset right now.
It's like I
It's
noticed
like
80% drop off for the tibia people.
How much?
It's like an 80% drop off for the
80%.
people that want to.
Yeah, that's exactly
I heard
the
in one
number
of the
that I-
interviews somewhere. People that want to do femurs and tibias, 80% just drop.
That's funny you found that in an interview. Unless I was saying, because that's exactly what I found through like consultations and stuff. Like patients that come in, they'll say, "Oh, I'm going to do both," and then like I'm like, "Hey, are you going to go back for round 2?" Like, "No, I'm happy. I'm happy." And CodeManRed said this too. It's like, if he said earlier at the beginning of his interview, if you do one, start with the femurs, because you get the most bang for your buck. You get the biggest height increase, and you may not even want the second one, right? Like he's recovering. You might get back to normal life and completely forget about this. And we hope, right? That's what we want everybody to like, live a happy life. That's what this is all about. But if you do want to go back, you can always make that decision in the future. So, CodeManRed, do you have anything to say about that?
I was thinking about that. As far as like, yeah, I mean, I could see. I feel I'm a little on the fence as far as tibias. I feel like one side of me is like, okay, you're right now. I feel like a tall, short guy. You know, like that's what I feel like. I'm still short, you know, and I still, it's like there's people that I'm like, okay, I'm not. That guy's kind of short, but like I'm not as tall. You know, like okay, I'm still a short guy, and that's just my identity. That's gonna be it. But if I did another 2 inches, you saw me next to my friend. He's not a short guy. Then all of a sudden, that is that tier up. I've already a tier up, but that's like fully. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? But again, I don't even care about the word or whatever. But yeah, I still have a lot of going out and checking it out. I care more about how I am compared to women who I'm dating. I don't really care how many taller guys or shorter guys there are in the room. You know, it's just about that'll be nice romantically and all that. But and then yeah, just in the world. But yeah,
yeah, you can see this, guys. So if you're just joining the show now, CodeManRed brought some content with him. This is a before picture. This is him over here, right here. This is him before, and then this is his friend that he's going to be in the picture that I'm going to show now. So that's the before. You see the big height difference, and then boom, like look at that. Like,
Oh damn.
it's crazy, right? Isn't that something? You see that, Aiden?
Yeah, bro. Wow.
And that's where it feels like more than 3 inches somehow, you know. But anyways,
bro, if you ask me, I feel like the guy on the right did LL.
What's that?
Yeah, it looked like you didn't get LL at all. I felt like it was the other guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, how funny. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow, bro. That's a huge difference, bro.
It is a huge difference. In fact, if I had more time, like, because I just got his email, if I had more time, I had to take a call, but like I would have put them side by side so you could see it. But it's super powerful, right? Like you can just see.
And then even if you look at the picture with me and my friend, I'm standing with a wider stance.
Right. So if you were standing close stance,
and he's going, you know, so
yeah. Right. And granted, it's like, you know, you take this one, you can clearly see like, okay, his eyes are like over his head, right? Like that's very, very evident. But over here, it's like they're almost like perfect. Like it's yeah, like you said, if you were standing feet closer together, honestly, I think that you guys would be the same height. Incredible.
And my muscles are still tight, and as much when I'm standing up and trying to take pictures, I'm trying to thrust my hip forward because I know that duck butt tries to. Everybody has a little bit, I think. You're trying to, your muscles are trying to pull your butt back or whatever. And so when I stand up, I'm really like doing exaggerated, and it ends up looking more normal. So there's a trick, guys, if you're ever trying to avoid looking like weird tight muscles, just tighten that butt.
For sure. Okay, so I think that's most of the questions there. Oh, we have another guest. Hold on, is he on here? Socrates, there. Oh wait, can you wait? I think did he join? I gotta stop sharing. I can't see him.
By the way, SideQuest I saw did join a bit, and then he had to
join. I think you know what happened with him, Aaron, is his voice mod wasn't working, and he's like, I'm out of here.
Really? Because I saw the echo and I heard it was pitched, so I thought it was working.
Well, it was working, but I think because this is a live streaming software, it was kind of messing and morphing my voice. So that's the one thing I've tried voice mods with other anonymous patients before on a live streaming software. It doesn't work as well. You can do it like on a recorded podcast, but that's how we did his interview. It's so frustrating. So, because I would have loved to have him come on as well. But
I tried that too. The first time I came on, it was with Dr. Robbins, and I just sounded like a duck, and everybody started sounding like a duck. And Dr. Robbins like, just stop. I was like, fine.
It walks like a duck and sounds like a duck. Must have duck hair.
Yeah.
CodeManRed. Oh man! All right. Let's see, Socrates, what's going on, brother? We're only 1 week out from our big events, man. You're looking like your chiseled jaw is showing all the hard work.
I'm ready. I got my new running shoes. I'm gonna get a 10K in this week to break them in, and then flying out to Alaska on Friday. So
that's crazy, guys. And if you don't know Socrates, if you're just joining or if you're new here, Socrates is a former limb lengthening patient. He did femurs 8 centimeters, record time walking in like 4.5 months. Got back full athletics, but now his goal is to run a full marathon on September 28th. I think it is.
That's the plan.
September 28th. So he's like a week out come the Sunday. And just to hear of a patient that we know of who's going to go for a full marathon is going to be mind-boggling. And if he just finishes, we don't care how fast, but if he finishes, that will be the biggest achievement ever. So I can't wait to hear from that. So
you know what I'm doing if I finish?
What?
if I finish, I'm gonna run my next marathon in Arizona in November, and then do the Grand Canyon.
Really? Holy cow. How big is the Grand Canyon one?
Why not? I think there's a 22-mile option and there's a 16-mile option. So I'm not gonna race a marathon on the Grand Canyon. I'm just gonna explore it.
Okay.
And it'll be great.
I think that's
if I don't like break my legs in the meantime.
Yeah. But you're gonna run another one in November. That's pretty soon after. But dude, if anybody can do it, you can do it. I mean, I think I jog like a total of like 6.5, 7 miles a day right now for my cardio for my competition. But what you're doing is a whole another level of cardio. I don't like it. But anyway, we got another patient on here. I need to stretch. Hey, how are you?
Good. What's up? I think it's first time on the stream. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's hear from you, man. Because we haven't really heard from you before. So, are you a prospective patient or a current patient?
Current patient.
Current patient.
Had a chance to chat with a lot of individuals out here. Like privately, but yeah, it'd be good to just describe my experience. I went with Dr. G. I straightened my tibias. I had bow legs, so we can correct it as part of that. And I recently finished lengthening, and I'm just consolidating now.
Congrats, man. That's awesome. You got both of them done. So, like, what was your starting height?
So this is the funny thing. Like, my entire life, for some reason, like, I genuinely believed I was 178 centimeters or like 5'11". I just like told her, like, I didn't even like, sorry, 5'10". Like, I and I like measured myself. I'm actually like 176.5.
Oh, wow.
But like, I think it just goes to show like how everyone inflates their heights. Like, I just went about my entire life. Like, I didn't even like think I was faking it. I just thought that was like my real height.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But yeah, that's where I started. Currently at 180-ish, 181 centimeters.
Okay. Wow. So that's like just under 6 foot, right? Like, give or take.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome, man. So you got your bow legs corrected, and you got some height from it too at the same time. That's incredible. And so I see your name says I need to stretch. Do you feel tight now that you finished?
Yeah.
You do.
I'm tight the whole time. One of the reasons why I stopped early is just too tight.
Wow. So you did what? 5 centimeters?
Nope, 3.5.
3.5. Got it.
Which is not a ton, but like I think the femur equivalent, like ratio wise, if like your femur can go up to like 8 centimeters roughly, then tibias would be like the rough translation, sorry, to the femurs would be around like 5 to 6 centimeters.
100%. That's what my surgeon said when I had my tibia done. I think I did 4, right? And she's like, "You're getting tight." And you know, most patients now they're like, "Oh, 4 centimeters on the femur, that's nothing." I was like, "Well, yeah, I tried on the tibia. It's a whole other story." So, yeah, it definitely. Did you get a full on ballerina or Aquinas?
No. I was just a little like hunched over and didn't feel like I could straighten out my legs, and it kind of concerned me to the extent I was like, I don't want to risk any type of like functional loss or anything. So,
did you do any sports before surgery?
Tons. I went like climbing, swimming, biking, running.
Wow, you really
actually like seeing you do like a marathon and be able to like do a PR after this, like that was actually pretty inspiring.
That's crazy, man. That's awesome. Wow. Well, thanks for coming on. I love hearing from new patients for sure, especially tibia patients. So real quick, I want to ask you, so did you have any final, you're finished lengthening, did you have your final x-rays? How does the tibia bone growth look?
Not great, not bad. I think it's just average. I will find out next session mostly now that I've stopped for it, and it's in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. So, you said you're still lengthening?
No. I'm done lengthening, but my next appointment and my next x-ray is in 2 weeks.
Got it. And when did you stop? You stopped?
I stopped last week.
Last week. Okay. All right. So you're just finished. Okay. So you're just entering consolidation now. Wow. So it seems like everybody's kind of like on the same page here. We got Aiden and Aaron. They're hoping to get to the Halloween mark and be able to walk. I need to stretch is healing his tibias. We got CodeManRed healing. So CodeManRed, when's your next one? You said in
my appointment?
Yeah.
Friday, tomorrow.
Oh, snap. Okay. So get them content if you can get the x-rays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get some new x-rays. I have the ones from last time or whatever. But I remember he really liked how my bones looked after I had taken a couple, when I thought I was first done. And then I had my appointment a couple days into thinking I was done. So I had a couple days off without lengthening, and he liked it. And he's like, well, when the bone connects here, that's when I'll let you wait. That's when you're weight bearing or whatever. So it looked like it wasn't that far out. But I was also curious, for Aiden or Aaron. How is your guys' walking doing, consolidation, flexibility, kind of where you're at? Because you're a little ahead of me, but I'm your triplet that was behind, you know, a little bit.
Yeah, understandable. I mean, like for me, after I stopped lengthening, a week later, all my nerve pain disappeared. I think 2 or 3 weeks later, which is where I'm at right now, I think my flexibility is slowly getting better. Um, and yeah, I mean, everything's been going great. I've actually been going out more, like using my walker, like MD over here. But yeah, I mean, everything's great after you stop lengthening. You feel so much better.
That's
I
awesome.
mean, 3 weeks after I was moving like a normal person, almost like super fast.
Yeah.
Like I was moving really fast, and people are like my neighbors and stuff, like, wow, you're moving so fast. Like, because I used to just do like laps in the lobby, and I'm like circling it, and I was like, before I would take me like an hour, I would do it in like 20 minutes. But then that was after 3 weeks. Like you regain everything very fast for muscles once you're done lengthening.
I found that it's about 10 to 14 days that things just start to turn around big time after lengthening.
Yeah.
So, and then it gets better and better after that. But
What
very
about
cool.
you, Aiden? And then just to clarify, Aaron, you said you're on your walker more. I'm just curious how to compare it to mine. Are you waddling? You
Yeah,
know,
I okay, so actually I do a little mix of like bunny hopping and like trying to practice that normal walking gait while putting like most of my weight like on the walker. So I'm just kind of like leaning forward to push the walker forward. And I'm just like trying to, walk. But then I do notice, and even like other patients notice it too. Like my hips do kind of sway, so I kind of already expect that already once I try to take my first walk unassisted.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, same with me, CodeManRed. I've been using the walker more lately. When I go out now, I just take the walker. I barely take the. I used to bring my rollator with me around all the time, and I would be like sitting on it, and my son or my wife will push me. But lately, not anymore. I just go with the walker. Like if we go to a restaurant, they drop me off in the front, and then I just go with the walker, doing the bunny hop. I'm sticking to that at least for now. But I do feel the healing. Like man, like I started the gym yesterday. Actually, I went to the gym with my son with just a walker. I was working my upper body. I did a recumbent biking. Um, so it's starting to fade back into my normal life slowly, But I'm feeling like I'm feeling the healing. Like my flexibility is also coming back. I'm just stretching once a day. I don't feel tightness no more. Like when I stand up, my knees are not like, you know, before when lengthening is hard to strain your leg. You gotta like force it. But that goes away. About like Victor said about the 1 week mark for me started to get better, and then the 2 weeks mark was like, oh, I like this. It feels like more like normal now. Even though we're not walking yet. but I like the
Yeah.
fact that I'm more like independent now. I can just take the walk and move around. I don't have to depend on the someone pushing me or anything.
Are you at home using your walker to like practice walking? Because that's what I found myself doing. Like pretty soon, I was like, okay, I'm getting around for functionality, but let me practice my gait, even though I'm fully putting my weight on my walker. And I use the one that has the tennis balls on the bottom, so it slides a little bit easier. And I'm on my hardwood floor, and I'm purposely doing like a continuous walk, because you know how you go 1, 2, stop, because you can't go past your walker, and then 1.5 4, you take 1.5 steps, and then you're in front of your walker, and then you do it again. And then there's the bunny hop, but I've started to stop doing that because I'm really just pushing towards walking. And so I go 1, 2, but then sometimes I'll throw in, like, even out in public, like at the dispensary or something, I'll just drag it and take a couple steps continuously, and then when I feel like go, and then, you know what I mean, like I'm trying to push myself that way. And I feel like that's going to get me to walking quicker. And then, like, Aiden, do you waddle around the house at all without the walker? Like, just when you, like, it feels like you almost have to. You're like, fuck, I can't, like, I have to just go over here, and I don't know.
Well, I move around just with the walker, and I always keep both legs in the floor all the time.
Okay.
I haven't haven't scaled up into that part yet. Like I feel like I can, but since my doctor told me not to, I'm trying to stay away from it. But I feel like I'm getting stronger. Like like I can do it.
I'm curious about the waddle. Like, how are you able to just walk around without support without being cleared?
Yeah, Code. Like, how much do you weigh?
And so I'm by waddling, I'm referring, if I don't know if you guys all saw that video clip in the beginning, so you could see kind of what I'm talking about.
Let me see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, Aiden wasn't here for that, but yeah,
it's really slow. I'm essentially just using my, I feel like I'm just using my legs as stilts. I'm not really doing the normal like full,
Right.
and I keep it to a minimum, but I just use it for like around the house just to kind of get, and I feel like I'm getting better at it. But I know
I go in the pool and I walk in there and it's hard in the pool. I can't imagine outside.
Yeah, hot tub.
Snap.
Look at that, Aiden.
Follower, and that still hurts.
Bro, wait a minute. I'm confused now.
Yeah, but how are you? Oh, okay. I'm just wondering, like, are you allowed to not use support?
You walking, bro? We can't do that shit here.
Yeah, no, I can't do that at all.
I just go real slow. So remember, I've got the thickest nails, so I got 12.5. So I know that it's thicker. And then I remember, like in the beginning and in the early middle, I was like, I didn't do that, but I would like be like, I can stand, and then I would take like 1 or 2 steps and be like, I can just slowly, just you do something slowly enough, you can do anything, So I would just do it slowly and be like, I didn't do it often. I just was like, oh, okay, when I'm done, I know I'll be able to go back quickly because it just felt doable, and I don't really know why. I don't know.
You have precise 2.2, right?
I just proceed with caution. I mean, honestly, I would be very cautious at this point.
Yeah, I'm right back on my walker though.
Practicing. But so.
But anyway, I can't wait for the time that I'm able to do that. I mean, I can probably do it, but I won't do it until my doctor clears me. But man, that's amazing, bro.
That was funny. That? You're like, wait, I'm confused.
I know, that was so amazing. Wait, what?
Bro, that's super cool. I dream about that all night, every night. So I can't wait for that moment to happen to me.
Socrates, what were you like at like? Because I know you were really good in walking fast. What do you remember what you were doing in the beginning? Like, did you have your own plan for walking, or did you just kind of let it kind of happen? Or
yeah, you walked unassisted after 3 weeks, right, Socrates?
Oh, he can't hear us.
Was using the rollator the whole time, and I was in the pool a lot, so I was basically walking with some assistance from like day one. I sat in the wheelchair one time, which was right after surgery to get into my mom's car. That's it. That's the only time I used a wheelchair.
But after you completed,
and it paid off in
consolidation.
No, I mean right after surgery.
No, but I mean I'm like
right after lengthening, I used the cane.
The cane.
I used forearm crutches for like 2 weeks, and then I had a cane, one cane for like a month. By the end of June, I didn't need to use anything, so I would walk with a cane just kind of like in my hand.
Yeah.
For like 2 weeks, just so that people knew I was still injured and didn't like bump into me and like tip me over or whatever. And then once we got into like mid to late August, and I was, begging Dr. Assad to clear me to run, that's when I retired my cane.
That's crazy. That's great. He's a fast healer. He was one of those guys.
I never seen anything like CodeManRed. 3 weeks post lengthening, walking already on like that.
Only with the
pin
around like that.
Well,
that's
it doesn't. Dr. G makes people walk. Like
that's what I've been telling Aiden too.
We're not allowed to walk.
We're walking with assistance. Like it's still partial weight bearing. It's just the weight bearing is higher. They're going at a higher amount, but it's still full. It's still partial weight bearing. We're never walking like that. We're always like putting weight on our crutches or until we're done, like I mean, until we're given the go ahead to, you know, what
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
The physio actually like goes through this
That's the
exercise where
safest.
he makes us like weigh our like as we're on crutches or walkers, like to weigh ourselves to know how much we're putting on each leg. So the stats of it, so we never go over that limit.
Yeah, it's like
Because that limit is high.
Moshe did that with me once at the beginning, and I was like, oh wow, I was relieving my legs of more weight than I thought. I think like I was leaning on my rollator and I had like 180 pounds of my 185 pound frame was like on my arms, and he was like, yeah, you can put more weight on your legs.
You're scared to break the nails. You're like, no. I love it. I love it. That's great. Yeah, no, there's different weight bearing. So what we're gonna do, there's a few more questions in here. Then we're gonna talk about the price increase for this this precise nonsense. So let's see here. This one was from Ben. Old height now, before versus new height. I think that was for I need to stretch.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Old height was 176.5 and new height is 180.5.
Nice.
I also just got some free height from like straightening your bow legs. So anyone who has bow legs, it's just like trigonometry. Like if you straighten it out.
Were they really bow leg, like really curved?
No, it was like extreme, but they were bowed for sure.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think if you're really bowed, I've seen like high tibial osteotomies, like no lengthening really, is just like correcting the angle. That will give you like a full inch.
Yeah.
Just
yeah. Oh yeah, those people get a lot of length from it.
Oh, wow.
All right, so this actually brings up a good segue right here. But let me ask. Let's see if there's any other questions in here. Yeah. No.
Would you recommend?
Oh, greetings to you, Don Cargo. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a question. I have a question, Victor.
Yeah.
Is CodeManRed man surgeon testing the new batch of PMAXs low key?
I don't think they're out yet, man.
That's actually true. They're not out yet. I think they're supposed to come out next year, but yeah, no, I think is you just proceed.
I have the thicker nails, remember, guys.
Yeah. Well, good for you, bro. I mean that man, I'm still like in shock right here, bro. Like, damn.
It's like, what's happening here?
It's like, did Aiden see the trick for the wheelchair, or make sure you watch it back because that's a good one.
For sure.
I'll show that at the end before we hop off. I'll show that for sure. Okay, so this one from Y2K saying, what do you guys expect the prices to change in the West around 2030, and do you expect technology to improve and complication risk? So it really depends on the other nail companies, because as far as Globus is concerned, they're just increasing the prices, and I have a reason why they might be doing that. I don't know if you guys remember that little survey that I had you guys do. I think one of the questions was like asking, how much would you pay for limb lengthening?
Oh, we should have got lower, damn it.
Yeah.
I did. I lied. I went lower.
Did you put higher, Master of Accordion?
No, I went lower. I went lower.
Yeah, sure you did. Yeah. So, but anyway, if they took that and they're like, oh, these people would pay anything to get taller. They're like, we're going to raise the prices sky high. We'll make it to $1 million or $500,000. So, but no, but anyway, what I've heard is the news that I heard is that this is coming from a patient who talked to a surgeon recently, and they said that as of January 1, the price of the PRECICE 2.2 is going to go up, I think, upwards of 30%. Okay, and that's going to be passed along to the customer or to the patient, and the price of the PMAX is going to be an extra 10 grand per nail on top of that. So that's pretty steep, right? So if you're planning for surgery, now's the time to get it done.
I'm glad we did it.
I'm so glad I got Tibia scheduled.
There's a bit of a wait list too.
And there's a wait list, right? Yeah. So you have to check with the clinics that you're planning to get it done now and see what their price increase is going to be like, if they can kind of keep it there. Because I know, I think it was a patient who was consulting with Dr. Burkholz. His prices, I think he's just like, I'm just going to go fit bone, because he's like, I'm not even messing around with these idiots, because I don't think he has the PRECICE at all. And then there was, I think it was Dr. Thaler in Germany. Lots of surgeons are just like done, or like they're oblivious with this nail shortage. A lot of international clinics don't even have the PRECICE, but the price is going to be going up, especially in North America, by upwards of 30%, from what I've heard, maybe doubling. Right?
Like it already went 30%, didn't it, Victor? Because that's what like I am already like few months ago, it already went up.
Oh, in Canada, did it?
Yeah, because I'm paying 77,500 more than I was planning to.
Again. It's gonna go up. I heard. I think it's coming directly from the company, and they said it's pass through. It's going straight to the patient.
It's nothing. It's not benefiting the patients or the surgeons. Like they're fucking us left, right, and center. At least like take us to dinner before you like fuck us over. Like honestly, I'm really not happy with it. But
it's crazy.
Again, another price increase.
Price increase, which is
it's
rare.
Ridiculous. Like honest, I feel better now. Like I was kind of like on the fence about my October 20th date and like going a bit faster and waiting a year. Now I'm like after this live stream, I feel like relief that I'm getting tibias done soon. Like I'm like honestly, it's not fair. My rant.
So, but what my best advice is that check with the clinics that you're planning to get it done with, because the price increase may or may not be like Canada. Like I don't know how it's going to impact them. It might impact them heavier than it does here in US, because US is where the company's based, where Globus Medical is based, right? So they may not. The price increase may be more delayed for that because it's home base versus like Canada or internationally. But internationally, I don't think they even some clinics won't even have the PRECICE 2, so 2.2. So you just got to check around, right? So that's what I've heard. January 1, which my birthday. So check around then. So it's the worst birthday wish ever, because it's like I wouldn't wish that on my enemy or any of you guys. But that's what's happening. Price increase for PRECICE 2.2, and when the PRECICE Max comes out, that price will be obviously an extra 10 grand per nail. So looking at 20 grand.
Do you think this is just because popularity has shot up?
I think so. I think it's because the popularity shot up and no other medical device company has stepped in the ring.
Right. So
because they should have. I told them, I said, hey, let's make a cyborg now. Like
the only alternative is Fitbone, right? I think that's the only that's like.
Yeah, and that's the last question I wanted to talk about. That go Aaron, go! You got a huge fan there, Aaron. But that's the question here from Jamie Chu. He's saying, "What do you guys think about the Fitbone method?" And honestly, I think I'm planning to have a mini surgeon summit after my season, like sometime in this fall. We're gonna have like a handful of surgeons. We're not gonna do our big one until like probably the end of the year. But we'll probably have on Dr. Burkholz, maybe Dr. Asiag, Dr. Conway, some of the handful of surgeons that are like, we can get them pretty easily schedule-wise. Dr. Robbins, we're going to get him back on. And we can talk about this Fitbone thing, because they recently came out with a new nail. It's a transport nail, but it can do lengthening as well. And I'd like to hear their thoughts. They're surgeons, so I want to get their thoughts on it. So we can talk about that and see if that can be a solution, or just to get their thoughts on that. So that's, I don't know. I need to stretch. I really don't know about the Fitbone. I talked to Dr. Thaler before, and he's from Germany. He knows Dr. Baumgart well, who with Dr. Betts made the Fitbone, and he was all precise. He was like, the Fitbone is an obsolete method. I don't want to go back to it, this, that, and the other. But this is the state of limb lengthening right now. So
no, Dr. G, before I did my surgery, I mean, it kept getting pushed back this year. I originally wanted to do it in January, got pushed back 2 months, another 2 months, and then like I got offered the Fitbone as well. It's like you just
did you really in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, she has it.
No, she doesn't have it. I was gonna get it too. I was like, because we had like a few months ago, we weren't sure because of the stupid, Globus is stupid and has a shortage. But before, she didn't have PRECICE nails, and now she got a batch of PRECICE tibias. And then I think patients were thinking of doing. I was thinking maybe doing Fitbone too, around the time of the price increase. But then he's not doing it right now, as far as I know.
Gotcha.
But that was about maybe 3. I was like, I asked about this about a month and a half ago.
I think.
So I don't. Will have to honestly, I guess, contact the clinic, because I don't want to be.
I think clinics. Because what's going to happen is medical device companies like Fitbone, Orthofix is going to start approaching. They're like, oh, they're going to increase prices. Well, we're cheaper, and they're going to approach these clinics and they're going to try to sell stock. So we just have to wait and see what's going to happen. But if you want PRECICE 2.2, which is like,
sorry, I think I need to stretch too.
What's that? What'd you say?
He's either talking to, I need to stretch, or he has to stretch.
He needs to stretch. I don't know. But yeah, guys, that's kind of what's happening with this whole nail debacle. It's kind of frustrating, I know. But
what freaked me out about the Fitbone was like the idea of having like a separate module just like somewhere under my skin. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, thing
I know. The little
How does
transponder
the
piece.
bone work? Is that the one you go?
No, it's not a mechanical twisting a nail. It has like a little
Electric.
transponder piece that is placed underneath your skin. It's kind of like PRECICE, but it's an electric motor, and you have to put the little transponder that goes over the little feedback thing, and then it signals and it tells it to lengthen. So the new one is what they're going to probably be using because it's more efficient.
Wireless charging on your phone. That's kind of what I think it's like.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sorry.
I think, yeah. But anyway, okay, so let's
Did we
see.
answer that question from Jamie Chu about, or did we think we kind of talked about that? He says, I have a question for you, 5. Who would you recommend this procedure to?
I
and who
did.
would-
I think we skipped that. We'll answer that, and we're gonna probably go because I got to take my dog out, eat dinner, and I got to wake up at 3 and do cardio. So let's see here. Where is it?
I mean, we pretty much talked about it. I just didn't know. If
No. I want to get to it because he asked it. I just
have in the middle there.
Okay.
I think I interrupted. I need to stretch with the fit bone. I'm not sure if did you talk to her recently about it?
Oh, here it is. Right
No,
here.
no. Sorry, this is way back. This was in
Oh, I
like
see.
May.
All right. So
Okay.
this is a great question. So we'll end up on this question here. So I have a question for 5. We'll go through each of this and we'll do it briefly. So we'll go with you, CodeManRed, to start. Who would you recommend the procedure to, and who would you not recommend it to?
I would. Here's what I feel like I've noticed as far as people that weren't really like that might just hear about it and what their opinions are and stuff. It sounds like most everybody wants to be taller. Like even like a 5'5" woman or something. She's like, I want to be taller. I'm jealous or something. Like everybody's like wants that pretty much. I mean, just to say it, you know, do they want to go through this whole thing? Probably not. But you know what I mean? That seems to be a very universal thing. The people are like, yeah, I want to be taller. So there's always that. But I feel like, you know, there's got to be short people and middle people and top. Somebody's got to be the short people. You know what I mean? And like, so I just don't want everybody to just like run to just be taller and then like honestly defeat the purpose for all of us doing it. Everybody's going to do it. So, I mean, selfishly, I wouldn't recommend it to like really tall women or something, you know. It's like, I don't know, that doesn't seem like a huge benefit. But of course, maybe for their life different. But I honestly recommend it to healthy people that are mentally and like mentally strong to get through this. I wouldn't recommend it to somebody that maybe is like has a health issue or risks still being very depressed after this, you know, and like I think it'd be better to get mentally right and just try to get your self-esteem as high as you can before you then add this nice little boost, because then you end up really confident at the end. So I guess that's it, you know, not maybe try to do it before you're 75 but yeah, I mean, when I see
75, I love it.
It's like I wouldn't recommend it to them because I don't want you to do it. You know, 5'10" is. I was like, okay, you can, but it's just like it should be more expensive for them. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Saying, like, you know,
Socrates, the wise one. What do you think?
I'm on the same wavelength. Anyone who can handle it mentally and physically, and like it's gonna actually benefit their life, right? So if you're 6'1" and you're surrounded by people who are 5'9", don't do it. Just don't. If you're 6'1" and you're surrounded by people who are 6'5", I can understand. So like if your relative height is giving you height neurosis, then it's worth exploring. And if you're financially able to handle it, because this is not cheap and it's getting even less cheap, which is frustrating.
It's crazy. I love that. That's good.
And don't cheap out on this either.
Don't cheap out on this. That's right.
Yes.
All right. We'll go to
the idea of like people being unwilling to pay for PT, and it's like PT is the most important thing after surgery. Surgery is like a handful of hours, and then you have months of PT. So don't cheap out on PT. You're literally shooting yourself in the foot.
For sure. All right, Master of Accordions, who would you recommend it to and not?
I mean, this is not a haircut. Like, it really depends how much this bothers you. If it's not like on what CodeManRed said, it's if you just think it's cool and want to be a little bit taller, it's probably not for you. It's a very, very long process. But if you are really bothered by it, I would highly recommend it because it really seems to fix the neurosis. So I think it really depends how much it bothers you, and but I wouldn't. That's who I recommend it to. I would not. Uh, I would not recommend it. Like it's not an easy procedure anyway. It's a very intense and long recovery process. So I wouldn't recommend for people that are not really ready for it.
That's great. That's great. I needed to stretch. What do you think?
Someone who is realistic. I think like I see people come on and just ask like, oh, I want like 10 centimeters on my tibias, or like I want to do whatever. Like someone who's like safety oriented. Like I think that's really important. Like do not let your desire for height compromise any of your abilities or whatever, like in the future as well. Like know when to stop. Like I think a lot of people stop earlier before their goal, or whatever they think their goal is. My goal is actually to like get 5 centimeters and I'd be in like 6 foot, but it's fine to stop early. Like it's knowing when to do things, and also not to do this fast. Like someone who's like more deliberate. This is not something you just like walk into casually. Like I think everyone here is watching this video if you're like perspective. Like you've already done a lot of research. You're following Victor, and you're that's a good sign already. So
that's awesome. No, absolutely, I agree with you. I definitely do. Aiden, what do you think? Oh, we lost Aaron. He bounced.
Yeah. Well, I would not recommend it to someone that is just heard about this recently, and then just go crazy and try to do something. I would recommend that person to do like a good, spend some time researching this whole thing and get like a realistic you know mindset about this. I need to stress was saying, like, yes, people will be like, oh, I want 10 centimeters on my TV, some crazy stuff like that. They need to have your mind right of what's within the acceptance, within the healthy, the safe zone. 8 on the femurs, 5 on the TV, kind of something like that. So definitely, whoever is new to this and that hasn't have a lot of time to digest it, to learn about it, yeah, don't do it yet. Do your homework first.
Research it for a year, at least.
At least as long as you can feel comfortable with it. I agree with you guys. You have all echoed exactly what
I will say. I did discover the PRECICE and make it happen really quick, but not like 1 month. But like,
yeah, but you can do that. I mean,
like,
there's patients have done that. But
going
you gotta
into 2025, think like late 2020, 24, I was not aware that I was going to do this. I wasn't even thinking about height increasing surgery. I just remembered it like from 12, like when I was 15 years ago, when they were still doing the external fixators. I remember discovering that, and it was almost like, now that I think back, like I remember I was obviously in my 20s, and I was like, like, oh my God, they have that. And I just thought, oh, I'll just save up in the future and do it. And my heart started beating really fast at the thought of it. But then I was like looking at like the external, like I was like, oh, that's a little much, maybe just if the last resort or something. And then sure enough, and then like I forgot about it, totally forgot about it. Did not think I was going to be able to change my height, or that you even could. Like I totally forgot it was possible. And then I went back to look at just that first, the external, and I was looking at that like lawn. I still hadn't seen the PRECICE, and then like in a little bit of research, I saw the PRECICE, and I started learning about it. And so that was January, when I was like PRECICE, and then like I quickly found like researched, and then I found my surgeon, the surgeon that was near me, and then that's started talking, got the conversation going. And he's not like the other ones that have this whole wait list, or maybe, or something, but maybe that's how I lucked out. But he was like, how soon do you want to get this done? And I was like, as soon as possible. So that was interesting. Yeah. And then as far as going back to that question, somebody said something about doing tibias or doing both or something. And I'm like, I'm thinking about tibias, but like, if I just leave it at the femurs, that was slick. That was like doable. Like obviously the pain and stuff, but it's like I'm already like waddling. And like if it keeps going and like I'm able to meet my friend for a drink and some food, like I'm living again. And it's like, whoa, like that was doable. Like I'm 3 inches tall and hey guys, didn't see you in a couple months. Now I'm like, it's just so that's interesting. So yeah, I mean, at the same time, it's like it's pretty cool.
Sorry, last thing to throw in here. I think I also recommend for people who are like disciplined and care about their health too. I think it's really important to be healthy going into this. Being able to stick to some routines and other things goes a long way. Like even if just starting now, like being able to like consistently go to the gym or some other type of exercise is already like a very good indicator.
100%. Got to be healthy. Got to be healthy. If not, you could just throw a big wrench in things. All right, guys. So real quick, just to kind of recap, we did an interview with CodeManRed at the beginning of this podcast. So go back and watch a lot of his good content that he brought. Really liked his story. Then we did a Q&A with everybody here. And then we talked about the PRECICE Max price increases. And Roxalid, you kind of have a question. I feel like with nail prices going up, it's a big deal in the community. Yeah, so the best solution you can do is, we can talk about alternatives. We're going to try to get a mini surgeon summit going on this fall. I'm going to try to do that, put that together. But besides that, if you're planning to get limb lengthening done soon, well, I know as soon as January 1 hits, they said that the price is going to increase by like 30% at the clinics in that have PRECICE. So contact the clinics that you're thinking about and ask them, inquire about what is their pricing strategy going to look like. If it's going to go up, maybe more or less or whatever, then you can make out your plans to get lengthening done sooner or later, right? Because you could save a lot, 30%. Let's say, what is the price of the nails? Does anybody know right now?
I know for mine in Canada,
a car. You could probably buy a car with the difference.
The 30 grand.
For me in Canada, right now, I have it on my invoice. I believe about 53K.
Yeah, it's around 50 grand.
Is that Canadian dollars or US?
Yeah, Canadian dollars.
Like 30K US.
So that's like 22, 20,
30 something.
30 something.
I think it's
30, yeah. I think it is 30 for the PRECICE too. So if you think 30%, Socrates, you're the numbers guy. What's 30% increase on 30K?
10,000.
Okay, there you go.
9 grand.
9 grand. Okay, so 9 grand plus taxes. Yeah, you're looking at 10 grand. So that's going up to 40K. That's a lot. 10K, right? That's a huge amount. And then PRECICE Max is going to be 20 grand more than that. So
is this per nail or?
These are the nails. These aren't even the surgery. So that's why I said contact.
No, sorry. This is not per nail. This is for both nails.
For both nails.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the patient told me, right? So, they told me it's on a consultation. And I was like mind blown. I was like, wow, Nuvasive, or I don't even say Nuvasive anymore. It's a Globus, right? But like, so yeah. So my advice is, if you were considering limb lengthening in the next, let's say, 6 months or so, or even year, you could possibly move that up if you are well-researched, well-versed on this process and save money. If not, then yeah, we're going to talk alternatives with some surgeons this fall. But are those alternatives going to be as good as the PRECICE? I can't say, because the PRECICE is gold standard right now. The PRECICE 2 on the market and the PRECICE Max coming back. So that's what the update is on the pricing of the PRECICE nail. This is a fantastic podcast. So yeah, me and Socrates are going to go do our thing next week. So we aren't going to be here. We're not going to have a live stream next week, but we'll be back the week after. Socrates is going to run around the world.
I heard you're going to make a YouTube channel, Socrates.
Yeah, it's going to be great, man.
I might have to.
After limb lengthening, full marathon, that'd be great. But yeah, good luck to you, Socrates, everybody. Thank you, CodeManRed, for sharing your story. It's been great. Aiden, Aaron, I Need to Stretch, Master of Accordions, and I think there was one more person I can't remember. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys in the chat for asking amazing questions. If I didn't get to your question, I apologize. There's always a lot of questions. Let me just see really quick.
Aiden, make sure you watch in the beginning if you want any wheelchair tricks, although you're not using it much. But
oh yeah, I can share that really quick before we go. Let me see that really quick. Where is my share screen? So this was his little
if you do tibias, you might be able to use it.
This was his little technique of getting into the car. Let me see. Oh, I gotta go.
So Socrates, you might have missed this, but this was how I figured out how to go to the gym at this point by myself. I still need the wheelchair because it's a big ass gym, and to get all the way back there is like
okay.
So this is how I load it up. I just close it up. leave the wheels unlocked.
You put the walker away, and then you put your wheelchair.
Now my other hand is holding the little metal hook thing
Okay.
that's on the back of the trunk.
Oh, there.
I know he's strong, right? That wheelchair. They're bulky.
Sure, to pull it up.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. That's incredible that he can do that because those things can be pretty heavy. I don't like moving wheelchairs.
Is that weird?
Yeah,
Victor? Like I've always had that kind of body where it's like maybe it's being more compact or something, but it's like, you know, I have a okay amount of muscle, but it's not that big a muscle or whatever. But like I've always been able to move a lot of weight. What is that? Just as a muscle guy? I don't know.
You probably have great muscle density, yeah, which has good power behind it, and it could be the fiber type. I mean, that and you just want to get that wheelchair and go to the gym.
Bro, he got
like,
the 15.5 nails, man. You know, he got the thick bones.
Yeah,
15.5.
He's very sturdy for sure. Well, guys, it's been great chatting with you all. Yeah, so until next time, this is episode 172 of Limb Lengthening Live, and with all these amazing guests and patients, I'm Victor from Cyborg for Life. We'll signing out. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Thanks, Victor.
All right, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, Victor.